With all the streaming sites, Netflix, Disney Plus, Apple TV, and Prime, I spend 30 minutes just trying to choose something to watch. And by the time I've chosen, my food is cold and it's time to go to bed.
Aww. The way I see it, you have 4 options. Option number 1, find an actor that you like. This may work depending on whether you enjoy the actor's acting or depending on how good looking they are. Because if you enjoy looking at their face, it won't matter if they are the lead in a rom-com or if they are in a 3-hour psychological thriller where they play the role of the toaster. I personally found one of my favorite films while doing a Timothée Chalamet marathon. That is The King. Another very good film of his is Beautiful Boy, but there are certain films of his that I watched that I did not enjoy or I refuse to watch just because I don't agree with them morally. But there is another side to this coin that can cause failure. If said actor is not versatile at all, then you will feel like you are stuck rewatching the same thing over and over and over and over and over again.
A classic example of this. I respect this man, but Dwayne Johnson. I'm sorry.
Option number 2, find a director that you like. This has a higher chance of working, at least until a studio decides to pay a director too much money and then strip away all control. But generally speaking, a director has a stylistic trademark when it comes to storytelling. It's very rare to find a director who doesn't have a trademark. For example, you can tell when you're watching a Christopher Nolan film, Wes Anderson, Guy Ritchie. You know what to expect, therefore there's less chance of disappointment. There are some directors like Ron Howard who are not stylistically spottable, but if you enjoy how a director tells a story, you generally won't be disappointed. On the flip side, if you don't enjoy the way a director tells a story, well then you might save yourself from starting a film that you actually just end up hating. Option number 3, find a writer you like. The writer determines the style, tone, dialogue, plot twists, character arcs, character flaws, world building, setting, pacing, subtext, stakes, consequences, the message, the belief, the mythology, the setup, the payoff, the emotional gut punch. Therefore, one can assume that no matter the topic, you will enjoy the film due to the writer. Personally, this is my favorite method because writers constantly shift between different directors and actors, which means that each project feels entirely unique. You've got new faces, the camera movements are different, but you can sit back and trust that your favorite architect is pulling the strings behind the scenes. Now, obviously, this may not work 100% of the time. As the artist changes, so does the art. We must also remember that the film industry at the end of the day is also a business, which means that money can sometimes do that weird thing to artists where it makes them dumb. But for the most part, this strategy can end your 45-minute doom scrolling on Netflix only to end up on YouTube.
Wait. You said there was 4 options.
The last and final option. Find someone who will tell you what is worth the watch after they've watched it.
And that is exactly what the movie show is here for. We review films so that you don't have to waste your time watching a bad one. So let us know down in the comments what you are intrigued to watch next.
The end.